5 lights, and away we go. I think everybody got a decent start there.
That's an insane start from Koushik. Exactly what he would have wanted. Oh, Upbeat Ferraro, he just sneaked onto the inside and he has to P2. Eccentric sending down the inside on Oxygen, and Oxygen is coming back alongside, putting his wheels, and he's side by side going around the outside. And I think he's got the move done. Yes, he has got the move. Oh, still there side by side, but it's got the inside line.
Welcome to another race in Indian racing community, season 9. You are joined with me, myself, watching part of Nirma, a streamer for tonight, Shrock, and the co-commentator with me right now, ABD28. Welcome, guys.
Hello, Nirma. Hello, everyone.
Hello, guys. So, about the race tonight, and from everybody watching this race, good evening. If you're watching from other parts of the world, good morning or good afternoon. I don't really know. So tonight is race 7 of season 9 in Tier 1, Monza, the Italian legendary circuit. You can call it the jewel of the motorsport. It's a beautiful track, it's going to be fun. You're going to find a lot of drivers going minimum wing, but it's going to be compromising with the second sector. So let's see how they hold up the home turf for the Ferrari boys. It's going to be interesting to watch. I think we can now probably head towards the track map. Overhead we have a long, very short circuit. We have probably 2 DRS zones, detection zone right before Parabolica. Sector 2 is going to be amazing on turn 4 and turn 5. The Lesmos 1 and 2 on turn 5, turn 6 and turn 7 are also going to be amazing overtaking positions, as long as you can also stick behind the driver and Ascari. Beautiful.
And welcome on board a lap of Monza, the temple of speed as many would like to call it, and rightfully so with the amount of speed you're carrying from most of these straights. Now, starting your lap, exiting Parabolica, it's integral that you stick to the left-hand side, maximizing your distance to turn 1, making sure you get those extra Ks in, also by opening up DRS as early as possible. Now, into turn 1, be on the left-hand side, watch out for the 125-meter mark, break in a straight line, down to second gear, up to third, early apex for the second corner, short shift on the exit to make sure you get a good one, avoid wheel spin if you can, though it's quite hard to mitigate that around the circuit. Hug the inside of Curb the Grande like it's your favorite grandma, minimizing the distance to the next line and maximizing the track limits. Now 100-meter mark for Della Roja chicane. Gingerly over these curbs, make sure you prioritize minimum speed over exit speed. Lesmo 1, flick the car in, use the momentum of the car, stick to the left-hand side using all the track as possible. Lesmo 2, same approach, but make sure you get a good exit. Avoid the AstroTurf if you can in the race because it is extremely slippy and can catch you off guard quite easily. Watch out for the DRS board as you're approaching Ascari. Stick to the right hand side, breaking at 100-meter board, downshift to 5th gear, decimating both the curves on the inside and the outside here. Make sure your momentum is up high and use all the track on the right hand side as you can. Maximize your lap time. Approaching the final corner for the circuit. Parabolica, very famous one, 50-meter board, turn in as early as possible. Make sure you carry enough speed on the entry and the exit, and stick to the inside as you can minimize your distance in line, making sure you can gain lap time by that, and that completes a lap of Monza circuit.
A monster of a lap from our community member, Moto, as we are already back into the race, as we have probably a one-shot quali for a sprint race in IRC, as we are on board SSG Assassin. We have a lot of back and forth going on right now in the Monza qualifying, as we see his car gliding to turn 1 and turn 2, going up to the long right-hander before he heads out into Della Rogia. Right before Lesmos 1 and 2, Della Rogia is somewhere you probably don't want to got a lot of the right corners, at least in ACC. I'm not sure about the latest update in F1 2022. As we head into Lesmo 1. Tap of the brake, and car almost wants to drift out. Beautifully held by SSGS Asset right here, as we are still on board with them. Currently P17 according to P16 now. So the both horse drivers is treated at SSGS Asset P15 and P16. Helium P1, followed by Radha Gupta 08. P3 as Ashtray has taken P2 from Aradha Gupta, as we have Alpha Bot, and we have SSJ pushing up Raskari. That's absolutely formidable. So we're going to see that a lot in the race, as Helium, unsurprisingly, takes pole position for the upcoming sprint race, followed by Radha Gupta P2, Ashtray P3, Alpha Bot P4. Monster for lap 120.061. 119.9. You can see how close P1, P2 and P3 all are. Wow, these lap times are really close in the top 5. Beautiful, beautiful lap. Sad that SSJ had to push it up in Ascari.
Yes, there was very little gap between all of them, and I would like to add that Asher and AlphaBot have surprisingly done really well in their lap times for one-shot quali, getting P4 and 5. That's just great for Alpine and Red Bull there.
That's a very, very good joint result. So we're going to go to the standings of the top 10s. Helium, Aradha Gupta and Akash Navani rounded up the top 3. Followed them is Ashtray in P4, Alphabot P5, Black Sheep P6, Lokesh P7, The Real SD P8, The Banat P9, and Region P10. No Ferrari boys inside whatsoever. There they are, P15 and P16. No more Pure Player and RB Fredo. Those two boys are probably going to want to have a good race, at least on the home turf for Ferrari. As we're going to be going into a new format of racing being brought into IRC. It's one-shot qualifying followed by a sprint race, which then decides the starting order for the actual feature race coming up after this. As we are going to be looking over the pit lane whilst the drivers probably want to make a few adjustments to the setups, and then we will begin with our race shortly. Any predictions, AVD and Truck?
Well, looks like Moto has to start from the back, so that is that. The turn 1 will be interesting, but the thing is, there are a lot of constructors like Red Bull together. They are two of their teammates are, like just one after each other, and then Alpine is there. And if we look at the back of the grid, there is Ferrari, two of the Ferraris together, and then Haas, and then AlphaTauri as well. So, like if you have a teammate around you, you will have a coordinated turn, so you not cause a collision with them. So I'm expecting a turn 1 would be really good. Over to you.
Alright, as we are going to 4-5 red lights, it's lights out and away we go. The Alfa Romeo, the Red Bull has slowed down. Akash not having a horrible start as the cars are diverting right, left and center, as we have at least one Alfa Romeo and one Red Bull right there. Helium goes for it and he has overbraked himself. He's overcooked it. We see 3 drivers going way off. Helium with a 5-second time penalty, as well as Asher with a corner cutting. We have 3-second time penalty going everywhere, as we have the Alpine of, I'm not sure that's Ashtray. Yes, that's Ashtray. Helium leading, but with the 3-second time penalty. Ashtray P4 with a 9-second time penalty as well. Aradha Gupta P2 and Black Sheep P3. So that's technically P1 Aradha Gupta, P2 Black Sheep, if I'm not wrong. Beautiful start right there, but not for at least the Red Bull of Kastanovane, who's currently plumb last, P20. And Helium as well, as we have yellow flags again. AlphaTauri of Moto has retired. The man was setting up a lap in the lap guide right before we went live on the race has gone DNF, and I think it's the yellow flag, or it's a safety car. It's a virtual safety car, as we saw on the board. Full course caution, and we have AlphaBot ignoring yellow flags. 5-second time penalty. Yikes. So I don't think any car's going to be pitting in this sprint format. So that is a 5-second time penalty added to the time and not in the pit lane when you are probably pitting for a tire change, as we have 98 Williams. I'm not sure who the number 98 Williams is, but he has the fastest lap. So that's basically full Nikita vibes in Spa. As we have Sir SSG Assassin and General Pepe into the pits, probably wing damage. I am not sure. As we have 5 in the pits as well, and another yellow flag on Sector 1. I'm not sure what happened there. We see a slowed down. Okay, there's no slowed down car there. I have no idea what's going on. 5 into the pits as Helium leads the race. Still has time penalty. That probably, I don't know, he was missing the corner miles away, but the pace he has, he's already pulled away from Ashley, and Ashley gets a time penalty, and Simply YT, who's come back into racing, amazingly gets a time penalty as well. A lot of stuff happening right now. Simply YT, the McLaren P6, he's looking at the battles happening in front. Black Sheep and Ashtray overtake Rijin easily, so Rijin is going to be overtaken by Simply YT any moment now, because Simply YT is amazing pace. And Tier 1, basically everyone has amazing pace. It's just a matter of setting them consistently. And Skari is probably where you're going to be spinning out a lot if you are pushing a car to the absolute limit.
Sure, could you enable the position changes? Because it seems like Aethyl has just gained. Okay, yeah, he has gained 12 positions. So that's been a really great start for him. And one more thing is that No More Proki and RB Ferraro has gone for soft. So that's an interesting choice that is made only by the Ferrari boys. And let's just see if that works out well for them.
Monza being Monza, really chaotic in the first lap because of turn 1 and basically first and second sector. As we have the Williams and the Alpine of Black Sheep and Ashley going wheel to wheel. That's an easy move for a Black Sheep, a veteran of IRC. That's a done and dusted move right there. Now on to Aethyl, who has done beautifully well, as you have mentioned, getting up 12 positions, making using up all of that chaos that happened. Logesh sticking close behind AlphaBot, but not close enough to look for a move down to Lesmo 1. He's going to be trying to stick here close, but then he has a DRS train in front of him, so there's no use going to go for a dive bomb. There's just going to be a lot of debris flying everywhere. So probably getting head down, at least look at a consistent lap this sprint race, and then look at the feature race to get your moves done into the tops. But it's a beautiful job, beautiful job. As they have now started spreading out a bit, I don't see a lot of wheel-to-wheel battling happening around.
Yeah, the drivers are just waiting calmly for the drivers ahead of them to make a mistake, and that is just how you get rewarded by the patience. Just wait for a driver to make mistake, keep the pressure on them, keep right behind them, and use the full use of the slips. Oh, and as we see, the AlphaBot has lost a lot of positions. I think he has spun into turn 2.
And with the heat applies as well, it's not going to help him a lot going through the Cove Grande. And General Pepe was fastest lap of the session, 21.2, as wheel-to-wheel battle Street gets the move down on Bernard. So, ABD, what's your prediction in this race? Do you think Helium will still keep the position? And
sorry.
Go on.
Yeah, if you see the soon after the VSC start, Helium was already up by 6 seconds ahead of Ashray. So there's no match, like as of now, he's just flying into the corners. But that 5-second penalty is something that he has to keep a watch of the drivers behind him. And he just needs to be ahead of them so like he can maintain the P1. As of now, he looks way ahead, so I really doubt if anyone can catch him even with the DRS advantage.
But what do you think about him cutting the corner and still having the position? Because there was no way he was making that corner since he broke very late. As we have 3 battles coming up right now. The Haas keeps the inside line, pushes Akashanove behind, and Streeter gets the move done. Now it's Banat for Streeter next. But going back to the topic again, do you think it was fair for Helium?
Oh no, Ashley loses it.
Beautifully held. Very good reaction right there. We're not even able to ask our questions to each other. So yeah. So Helium was not making that corner whatsoever, so he just cut the corner, but he was supposed to go straight on instead of just cutting across. But that gave him a huge advantage, even though it's a pressing time penalty. With the pace he has, he's already flown past, so he essentially just going in one position in the first corner by cutting it off. So what do you think about the 5 seconds? Should he be reported and given a harsh penalty? Was the 5 seconds more than enough for what he did in lap 1?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. I'm really glad that I'm not the steward because there will be report definitely for that. Coming to the point that he has already got the penalty and he was ahead. He started P1, so I'm not sure who he should give the position to. So it's just, I'm really glad I'm not the steward.
As we were talking right there, Akash gets the move done on Streeter, pushing him. Streeter was wide and just gets the move done easily. It's a DRS train right here, so not much help the DRS is going to do, but yeah, so this is exactly what Helium did. So it's going to be interesting to see the post-race results and a few days after the race results to see what's going to happen with the steward's verdict, because that's something I'm really interested to see what's going to happen and how the stewards handle it. As we were talking, we missed Flashy overtaking Aitzen and he's already flown past me 1 second.
Oh, that looks like Aitzen has made some mistake because a 1 second lead is just way too much off. We'll have to see if he has wing damage or something after those overtakes. His telemetry seems to be off, so we're not getting that data.
As we reach almost the end of the sprint race, it's really chaotic right now. You can see the jump in positions people have had in this race till now. There's just more to come in this race as we have teammates coming together. Simply YT, a return to Tier 1 racing, gets the move done. He is compromising his teammate. That is not what are we doing. It's a squeeze by Realistic. You give Realistic one chance and he's going to take it pouncing on you. He's really, really unforgivable. He is not going to forgive you. If he makes the slightest mistake, he's going to capitalize on that easily. It's a very easy position taken, and he has to thank Simply YG for that. As Aitzen is now getting compromised again by Ain Kartofil. I am sorry if I might have butchered your name, but it's not looking good for Aitzen, as he might be going through the Ricardo vibes right now, as the Tier 1's Landon Norris passes as a man gets P3.
Yeah, that was some great stuff by LC. He just waited for an opportunity and he really took advantage of the Simply YT's move there. But not sure what happened with Aitzen here because he's low on ERS. He seems to be a little aggressive, but he's just not getting the gain. He's just not gaining it as of now. He's already out of ERS as of now. Yeah.
Five Sun's already in the back. Oh, dribbling past. Carter gets the boost done, but he was not expecting it getting done that easily. Now didn't look very questionable, and he's already out of ERS. But Lokesh just has 1% more. Is he going to go for the time bomb in turn 1? Aitzen is looking to get passed out. Oh, that's another Gupta missing the corner. Takes the Helium strat and goes straight on. And will he slow back down? Oh, he should have slowed back down. He's already got a 5 second penalty. That's 3 seconds. Corner cutting. That's really the positioning of both the penalties is not really helping the case to know what is the amount of time penalties getting. But that seems like he got a 3 second time penalty. Rather Gupta, he's already gone to P8. Ian Carter gets P5. 8 cylinders P6. Yogesh P7. Then we have a look at the penalties before we actually reach the end of the race. We have P1 and P3 with 5 seconds sprint time penalty. So that's a net P1 for Helium right there. Net P2 for Black Sheep. And looks like the Real SD and N Carterfield as well as Aitzen and Lokesh will get the jump on Simply. So Simply is going to be falling down a huge ton of positions as we have Lokesh also with Arad Gupta. It does look very far away for a dive bomb. He falls back into line, probably looking for another move as we reach the final lap of the race. That is not what he wanted to do. Loses his front right end plate, and that's going to be hurting a lot as well as overheated tires.
That's just unfortunate for him. He was really doing great. Coming back to the Aradhya Gupta's moment, that was really not good of him. He totally missed out the breaking point over there, and that was just not. That's just not acceptable here.
I mean, it's turn 1 as long as you have a racing line on, so it's kind of suspicious if you miss your braking marker, but then tier 1 is mostly no lines. So it's kind of understandable because F1 cars, it's part of easy to misjudge your braking. In ACC as well, it's pretty easy to misjudge your braking, at least from turn 1. There are multiple times that in ACC I've just missed it and I've gone straight on. Or I've completely missed the corner, just like how no more pro player has missed less for 1.
Yeah, just look at those rears. It looks like they're in the Padre territory. I'm not sure how the color looks like, but Nomo Trophy has good tire wear on him because of those softs are already worn out now.
And Ferrari not doing well in the
look at General Pepe has got DNF rear-ended 2 RB Ferrero. It looks like that because that's
really?
According to the trap map, yes, it looked like it.
Yes, red wings. Okay, that is going to be interesting to see what happens after the race. Stay tuned because I might be checking into Tier 1 chat if I have the access to it, and I'll keep reporting what happens.
Helium with P1, who has finished, Black Sea followed by P2 and followed by Real SG. Both of them have done really well. P4, Aston Martin, P5, 8. He has moved up to simply YT, who's on P6, and then Rich in P7, Aradhya Gupta P8, the Banat P9, who is back in this season driving with us. And then we have P10 Akash, P11 Streeter, 12 Ashley, who had a really great qualifying but messed up in the sprint race. No more for P13, Logesh, who just spun in the second last lap, and AlphaBot, who also had a great qualifying, the OS2, but messed up in the sprint race. And then RB Farello, P16, P17, Haas, Sir Assistive, who has just completed, and finally Faizan P18. That's our sprint race.
I think I found some more a new aerodynamic package to this race in Italy because he doesn't seem to have the aerodynamics what other cars have. So I think he's looking for a more top speed, low downforce setup. So your drive of the day for this sprint race, what do you think it is?
Yeah, Kartoffel, we haven't been on board him, but looks like the other drivers could have captivated more. Like Eitzel was probably have done better, but I'm not sure where Kartoffel had started. But yeah, P4 is really a great position to be in. You just want to be in the top 5 positions, so you have the opportunity. You have what line you want to take, because if you're in the mid grid, then you just have to survive and you just have to wait along. If there is any instance, there will be cars parking on the apex.
But it's turn 1 in Italy, and you know Monza is very notorious for turn 1, so people usually try to start at the back of the grid. But yeah, I mean, if you are in the top 5s, makes sense. But Monza, I'm not quite sure because how easy it is for you to get rear-ended at turn 1, or how long it is, and just a heartbreaking point right there. But in Cartophil, I think when we were on board with him, he was P7 climbing up, but he finished P4. I think he was finished P5, but then simply had a 5-second time penalty, so he's already fallen way off. But if you haven't noticed, we have 2 driving pairs again together in the top 10. We have the McLaren drivers, 8 cylinders, and simply together. And I'm not sure I think the Williams drivers are together as well.
Asher was 12 and AlphaBot was 15. We have Alpha Tori, of General Pepe on 19, and then Moto who got DNF in the lap 1 on 20. They both will be starting from back again. Ashok, as soon as we start, can you just start the telemetry on, and we'll have it on tire data. Yeah.
Yes, sure.
Okay. So the weather for the race is it's totally dry. No chance of rain, so everyone is ready and well practiced for this. Let's just see how those strategies work out. The strategy should be medium to hard, medium lasting for what 12 to 13 laps probably, provided that there is no safety car. Few of the drivers might just go for hards at the start. I'm not sure if that is just a gamble. Okay, looks like we are going to start the race. Shock. Over to you,
As
Nima.
as we have already started the race, we have missed the lights, but we have the Mercedes boys jumping out as we have probably Helium's going to have the commander to turn one, as we have the Williams, both the drivers trying to get the command. The real SG takes the position into turn one. Beautiful overtake. That was absolutely amazing, and I did not see that coming right there. As we're going to have Helium coming down for the chase, as well as Black Sheep is going to be behind him for the pressure. So it's going to be really interesting to see how Helium does, since his teammate, the Banat, way down into P8. Noma Pro player is going to be trying to get the position done, but then there's battle happening with Azim Banatwala and Simply YT as A. Carterfield goes down and Vision gets the position up as well on his teammate. So we have a lot of jumbling happening right now as Alpha Moto was in two positions down in the back of the grid. General Pepe and Moto get the position up. We probably want to stay with the top 3s and 4s because the first lap, oh, that was beautiful. The move from SD, I did not see that coming. Anybody, what do you think about that move?
Yeah, sure. Can you have the tire data? So, from the circuit analysis, yeah, so Helium having a bad start yet again, or it was Realistic with a great start. We are not sure what happened, but it was really great move from Realistic, and it looks like he is doing quite well this season, and he is definitely someone to watch out for. Okay, interesting choice by Poppy there to start with soft, so it's probably a soft, medium, hard. That is, he's betting on the safety car probably, so he's going to get his pit stop over there. And others, yeah, like I said, about 6 drivers have gone for hard first, so they'll just see how long they can go on with these hards. Like from 14 to 21, 22 laps, they have this window where they can just pit for mediums. They'll just use this hard to whatever extent they can.
And very casually, no more Pro players just sliding onto inside, gets the move done, and Simply Whiting gets overtaken by Radhagupta as well. Not helping his case at all, as we had yellow flags. I'm not sure why, but then really, really interesting strats by the ABD. It's going to be interesting to see what happens to the hard runners. I'm not sure. I don't think hard should be the tire of choice, but Black Sheep has gone for it. One of the fast drivers, and Akash Sanavane as well. So, I mean, I don't know. No comments as well. As SSJ doing the same mistake he did in qualifying. In a one-shot qualifying right before the sprint race, exact same place, exact same way, but this time he might have overcorrected. Oh, Simply YT almost had the same thing as well.
I think there was someone who just went off ahead of SSJ and he just lost concentration there. Not sure who that might have been, but I think that it just happened what we saw with Perez last year.
Yeah, that's a good point to add. It looked like that happened, something like that. And even apparently Simply was the first to lose it before us, guys.
I actually did not pay attention, so that was Shrock right there. Our streamer paying attention more than I am actually. So thank you, Shrock, for correcting my mistakes.
He's really having those soft advantage there. He's up to P7 now, so those softs are just working really well for him as he's gaining really good amount of time to them. But just that his strategy should work out, and he's just betting on that free pit stop that he gets from the safety car. Otherwise, it's just 20 seconds for an extra pit stop.
I mean, safety car in Monza is always on the table because of looking how close the barriers are. If you lose it in Ascari and you hit the barrier, boom, done. And at Parabolic as well, you've seen what happened to Leclerc, and almost right there, kissing the gearbox of Radhagupta and Noma Pro player. We are going to be having DRS now, but it's going to be the battle of DRS with these two drivers, and we have Banat as well right behind Ravi Gazans. The more they battle, the more of a chance Banat has to get closer to his teammate Helium to make it a very good constructors battle going up, as we have Radhagupta stick on the inside. Noma Pro is sticking on the outside, as we have Vazim Banatwala going for the inside middle. Now he decides to go on the outside, he gets the move done, double overtaken easily. But Noma Pro Red Blake Boss gets the move done again. Radhagupta loses one position. Banat who seems to have getting double overtaken done, now gets all of his hard work undone, goes back to P9. That was beautiful racing right there, especially from no more club player. Beautifully laid place, but his lights blinking that nose and shows Banat that he is low on ERS, as Banat is already on 41% and recharging. As aggressive move from Aradhya Gupta. He sticks to the inside and let's move on. Pushes Banat wide, does not really help both in their cases, makes it all nullified. As we now got another TR straight. Now over to you, ABD.
Yeah, that was some great racing stuff. But yeah, Bana did break really early and was a great overtake, great double overtake to be precise. And okay, Streeter misses his apex and he keeps the hold of his car. That's the most important thing. And Logesh is going to capitalize that, and he will be overtaking the medium tire.
Probably, I don't know about the recent F1 games, but at least up to 2019 and 2020. That's going to be a report coming up very shortly. That was not very tier 1.
Delivered straight to the pits.
Yes, that wasn't very tier 1 right there, SSJ and Moto. That was not very tier 1. That was Streeter, I'm sorry SSJ. Wasn't very tier 1 of you, Streeter and Moto. So that has to be Streeter's fault. Closing the door. I have no idea what happened right there, what's going through their minds, but safety car deployed.
Yeah, that was not really great move from Streeter. It looked like he had to pit there because of wing damage, but that was a really late move to go into the pits, and that didn't give Moto enough time to move from the right lane. And yeah, he just takes him out. That's just unfortunate for Moto, for OSQ, and then sprint, and even the final, even the main race. It's just an unfortunate weekend for him.
That's very, very sad to see what happened right there. Moto looked promising, as well as Streeter. Both are very good drivers and probably veterans as well, been in IRC for a long time. You don't expect these things from veterans, but it's going to be an interesting explanation. I liked yours as well, Streeter having wind damage and wanting to go to the pits, but then Shock also stating getting delivered straight to the pits. That was funny. And I think it was Roman Grosjean or Kevin Magnussen who had to retire right before the pit lane, which also resulted in Pierre Gasly getting his first race win.
Yes, it was. I'm also pretty blurred on that information there.
It was one of the Haas's, I'm pretty much sure of that. It was one of the Haas's, I'm not sure which one. As we have people diving into the pits, top 3. Except, everyone in the top except Helium and SG have dived into the pits, as well as Black Sheep. So we have the top, we have the Banat diving into the pits. No more Aradhya Gupta is also diving into the pits. No more pro player, at least from the mid-pack. From the mid-pack people diving into the pits. 8 cylinders are diving into the pits as well. So everyone in the bottom, from P12, 13 up to bottom P19, we have fresh tires. Lap 6, middle hard tires, these tires you want to go for, knowing that it's going to be slower but take you up till the end of the race.
Yeah, can we move on to the tire data? So, No More Pro P is better, who really worked out well. He can change those softs right now, and he's on to hard. This looks like a really good time for the medium runners to, go for the hards. They can really finish their race with hards. But that is what most of them have done, but not the top tier. So they're probably sticking to their strategy, what is set now. But Simply has gone for softs for some reason.
Yes, I was going to mention that. It's very interesting. Simply has gone into the softs.
Really interesting choice.
He might know something we might not. He might be looking for a Spygate scandal this tonight's race. Yes, no, wasn't funny. Okay, never mind. Moving on. Swiftly moving on. For the 29 people watching the stream, welcome to IRC. And in case you have stumbled upon our channel and are Indian as well, you can join our Discord link in the description below and sign up for our website with also the link in the description below. You can find the Constructors Championship tables, you can find the Drivers table as well. And you can also sign up for races if you're already part of the Discord community. And if you want to just find people who also are into motorsports, even if you don't sim race a lot, you can join as well. It's not only for sim racers, it's everyone who loves motorsport. We do ACC, F1, AC, and Dirt Rally, as we have very recently completed an event on Dirt Rally 2.0 with the help of our very amazing Dirt Rally coordinators. So, great big community. We're all gonna be 2,000 strong. So, join us and have fun with people from India also loving motorsports. And as I mentioned, the Drivers and the Constructors Championship, I think we remember seeing the Red Bull boys being together, right? And the Williams boys as well. So I think AlphaTauri is going to have a huge dub in points this race. But the Williams boys, P2 and P3, that's a very big overhaul of points. Red Bulls seem to have fallen off, way off. As we have drivers warming the tires aggressively, and we have rigid 5 seconds time penalty, stopping goal. Oh, I don't know. I think he might have touched someone. I'm not really sure what happened. Right there.
Yep, it looks like he rear-ended Black Sheep. Speaking of AlphaTauri, General Pepe has done really well so far. Like, he just moved from P19 to 9 in this race. Yeah, over to you with the race restart, Nirma.
As we almost saw the drivers, Helium and Realisty, going into each other right before the race. As we have a double file start, and now we go to the single file, and we are green conditions, green flag racing. We are go right now as we have SD having a beautiful start. Not good enough to look for a move on the inside, as we are going to be having defensive and attacking, offensive attack from the Williams boys. Black Sheep will want to hold off any attacks from Bridget, Ian Cartfield, Ashray.
Oh no, it looks like simply has tagged someone out, and that is SSJ who has retired. It looked like it was a really bad incident. He just rear-ended his bottom right tire. That looked
I did not look at what happened, but then I just looked at the car, the Haas going into the wall. That's... I honestly don't know what happened there, so you probably want to talk about it.
Yeah, we just had a glance of it. It was either of the McLaren who rear-ended SSJ, and it was really fast. It was a fast corner, so that is why SSJ got terminal damage for it.
Yeah, really hard to make heads or tails of what happened there, but it was absolute carnage. I mean, so much damage in such a short time.
I think I see 8 cylinders streaming in IRC, so you probably might be able to see if he has damage right there. Looking at his stream, it doesn't seem like he has damage, so I think it was simply YT who was the culprit, but his 8 cylinders also falling way back, so it might be the tire advantage, or it might just be a very light peck. Negligible damage to the McLarens, but terminal for SSJ. As we're back into green flag conditions, and Eastern is looking for a move, a beep at least, on Alpha Bot, who goes left and right again and again. That's how many moves has he done till now? I know he's trying to keep his car on the racing line, but that's a lot of moves are done already.
As we speak, Aradhya Gupta is the one to pit. So was it a Red Bull who rear-ended us this day?
I did see a Red Bull as well.
I did see a Red Bull there. He might have wrong.
But why is he on socks?
It looks like he wants his hard back, because there's no way he can finish on mediums. Like, either way, he will have to pit again. I'm assuming he was on hard, so yeah, if he goes back to mediums, he's not gonna complete the race. And
as we have Bharat going deployment mode on 8 cylinders less than pass, but as we have another yellow flag sector 3, I'm not sure why. I see a McLaren, I see a Mercedes way off. Is that a reset on track? Is that caught in 4K? Yes, red wings. Okay, I think we have caught in 4K moment right here, so there's going to be a report right from the stream. That's going to be fun. As we have Lokesh, Streeter, 8 cylinders into the pits.
Yeah, so Logic has done the same mistake. Looks like he has
As a
done the same
stop
mistake.
Ferrari right there, that's Charlie Fredo. A former Tier 2 champion from 2 seasons consecutive, not having the best of the champions taste in Tier 1, apparently. As we have Inca to fail another penalty, this time 3 seconds time penalty, but it's already going to be serving a 5 second stop and go for the next 10 minutes.
Yup, and he does have a 1 pit stop pending. Now it's, each collision is just going to cost driver an extra pit, because as you can see, 8 still with soft, Peter with a soft, and even Arad. Oh, there's
That's
Simply White.
that's a beautiful time to jump onto Simply White. He was skating down like Tony Hawk's after, I believe that is Ascari. Yes, that's Ascari.
Yes.
So, except instead of going right where SSJ has been in the one stop, 1 lap quali and the sprint race, he has gone left. That was hilarious.
Yeah, the path less traveled. Doesn't want to repeat others.
And I've taken the path less traveled by Robert Frost. You shall be missed. But simply is not going to be happy. He might not be laughing the way we are, but overheated tires on softs. Yeah. Not something you want to be doing a lot in Tier 1, because it's pretty competitive. We have seen quali how close everyone really is. Even if it's about half 10, it does matter a lot. Every corner matters in IRC Tier 1, and simply is not helping his cases. We have both the McLarens having a real life McLaren race, not in the top 10s. But something that has broken the stereotype, we have Aston Martins in the top 10s. Both of them, in fact.
Yep.
Yes, and even the Williams we have, that is realize he is doing really well to keep within that DRS zone of Helium, and most of the teams have gone with the same strategy for the start. But if you see at the Williams, they have gone for a different strategy, like medium and hard, and we'll just have to see who is the faster among them, because Black Sheep is right now on hard. So
well, at least a little bit of analysis from my end, because I have been in IRC as long as these two have been as well, probably longer than Black Sheep, but I think ST is an aggressive driver overall. There are some places where he does mess up. But Black Sheep, you will probably want to be looking at it from the endurance standpoint, because for the long runs, Black Sheep is really consistent in the long runs. SSD is amazing when it comes to sitting those quick laps and being aggressive to overtake. That's a very good driver pairing and a very good strat as well. So I think the reason Williams have been dominating a lot in Tier 1 is driver pairing, and firstly, and number 2, the way their driving styles are completely different, and their pit stop strategies as well.
Yep, and looks like we have Helium, because he gets 3-second time penalty at the Ascari, just after the exit of Ascari.
As I'm just going to be looking up into the comment section. Did I miss something?
Yeah, simply almost hit that wall. It looked like he did, but yeah, that's a great overtake. I mean, he has the better tire advantage.
Yeah, very reminiscent of what Norris did in Monza itself. Just going slightly on the grass and getting ahead.
It's that fair from Simply, because he did move a lot of times, and I have been penalized for moving 4 times, even though the driver was 1 kilometer away. So that doesn't look very fair. But I honestly, I think I missed something amazing from the way you guys are describing it. But question from Octavian, easy level bot. Hello guys, any crossplay leagues planned? Yes, we do. After the crossplay has been stabilized and completely eliminated bugs, we will have a full-fledged crossplay league planned for the next season. So fingers crossed that everything is all set up by the boys at EA, as well as the boys from Codemasters, as Radha Gupta, another time penalty from him.
Yeah, can we have the tire data?
And we have Dan as well in the comment section. He says he wasn't rear-ended. He said lost traction and took out Pro P and Aradhya. So it was Dan, the SSG assassin, who took out those 2 drivers.
Okay, then I'm sorry.
Wild
Literally
revelations here.
sorry for-
That's surprising.
Yeah, from the
And
broadcast mode, it really looked close, but yeah.
I mean, we didn't miss it, so we were having more speculation, so it makes sense. But that's a very huge revelation. It feels like I'm watching a series on Netflix. And one of my favorite characters is died as we have SD going on to the hearts, and probably Black Sheep's going to be staying out, obviously, and going on to the mediums. But it looks like SSD will be out in the open air, and Aradhya is off track, goes back on track, and is already on a whole tires. Probably lost his front right wing. We're probably going to go to the hearts or the mediums.
Yeah, if he has a fresh medium, that will work out. Otherwise, it's hard all the way.
But it looks like SSD is now SSD. The real SD is going to be compromised a bit because he's coming into traffic. Obviously, SD has to have amazing pace, as Radha Gupta has given up on life. He decides to alt F4 from the Tier 1 race and end his misery, as he has already gone to the pits, so we will not be expecting safety car, and that is how you should be DNFing and retiring. Go to the pits and retire. It's one of the rules in IRC. In the rule book, if you don't, you will be penalized early and will be receiving penalty points. We do as well follow penalty points system in IRC, which carry over into the next season if I'm not wrong. No, I am wrong. They only stay for that season.
Quick correction.
Yes. Quick maths. As we have Black Sheep now to P1, Helium goes to the pits. Any Williams lovers will be praying that Helium does get stuck in the traffic, but then you also need to remember that the real SD is as well going to be into traffic. But Will has SD already set a beautiful outlap to get the move done on Helium? No, he has not, as Helium is already behind RB Frello. So we have a Ferrari, Aston Martin, Pierre from Romeo. Then we have the Williams of Real SD as RB Frello gave me a heart attack right there.
RB Frello with a live spinala in the Ferrari.
Somewhere, all the ex-Ferrari drivers from somewhere up there must be looking down and smiling on the RB Frello doing the spinala every time.
This kid is alright.
This kid is alright. He's going to be doing very well. We should keep our eyes on him. As we have people, or at least the man who took out two drivers, the myth, the legend, and the SSC assassin cheering up for the Black Sheep. You've gone to Ascari. Helium might be looking to get the move done as soon as possible because he might be hearing the boss music of the real SG coming up right behind him, 2.7 seconds behind. And he goes wide. He opens the door. It's our Helium pass. So is that engine manufacturer calls? So is Helium going on the radio and telling RB that he has a customer team and he does deserve the respect that he needs to get the move done?
He does get DRS in return, but it's just not enough.
I mean, it's not going to be enough. It's Helium. That in itself is a very huge bonus.
Yes. Can't count the man out.
Yeah, even if Helium does not get DRS and you just keep getting DRS on Helium every lap, it won't amount to much because the man is just quick.
He is. That's true.
As we have Real SD struggling to probably close up the gap to Alfredo because Helium is already fast. As we're on Twitter now, at the back of Simply. I missed a few instances of Simply, but it looks like Simply has not been having a very clean race, at least on his comeback race.
Yeah, it looks like Real SD is having trouble. He just looks like he's not comfortable with the hards. Whereas for Black Sheep, this might be just advantage. It's not just Black Sheep, it's the all hard runners. They all can just wait till lap 21. That is the maximum use of, they can have the maximum use of hard and then go for the mediums or soft.
But it looks like, I mean, looking at 5s, I think he can go much more longer because how many laps old was Helium? For 5s, I think he hasn't pitted yet. If he can go to the race director. If he hasn't pitted yet and this is only his first stop, it might tell us a lot about how long can those tires last.
Yeah, Faizan did start on hards actually.
He did start, so you can go much longer on those tires as
Yeah,
actually. So
he could
that's
have.
interesting. So I mean, you can go longer. You probably can go up till lap 20.
We can return to the racetrack. Yeah, we got them.
Yeah, we got the info we needed.
Having
That's
some issues going back, actually. Interestingly.
oh no. Technical issues. F1 being F1.
That might just be me, but hold on. Guys, we'll quickly move to a small technical break. We'll be right back.
Yep.
Bruh,
This keeps
how
on-
do I get this back? What the fuck?
Hello.
SSJ, nice
Hey
having you.
boys, what happened?
Dude, no, honestly, tell me. I press escape, nothing happens.
You can't see the gear now. Can you try
Oh,
that with the controller with the B?
oh, hold on,
I
hold
don't
on.
have a
Are
controller.
we,
Wait,
are
wait,
we,
wait,
are
wait.
we, are we muted on OBS?
Yeah, we are in
Hopefully, yeah.
intermission.
नहीं intermission में just see if
Wait,
the
wait, wait,
audio
wait, wait.
sources are muted. Yes, sir, we are still audible.
Oops. cool.
That is amazing. We are back.
So yeah, a lot of things we have said, and even I don't remember what we have said. Apparently, our voice was cut off. So the one thing that we were focused on was Alpha Bot running 25 laps of medium, and he refuses to pit. Man refuses to pit still. He is probably waiting for a safety car even now, but I'll tell you what, the safety car doesn't deploy in the last 3 laps. And yeah, that looks like Banath has caught up to great position there, P3 for him as of now. And Black Sheep NSC, yeah, as he not being comfortable with the hearts there, he just moves back behind his teammate over there. Really great strategy from both of them so far. P4 and P5 shouldn't mind this, considering the lot of carnage going on in the back of the grid the whole race.
The whole carnage in the back of the grid, as well as the com process. We have a lot of issues and technical issues as well coming up, as we saw them one by one. And I think we are now Gucci to go to the end of the race. Helium currently P2. I'm not sure what happened when we were on technical timeout with the issue that had come through us. Thank you, esports. And Faisal P11, Pana P3, Black Sheep P4, ST P5. As we have a role switch over, I'm not sure why, what, when, and where. But P4 and P5, Williams, the Alpha Romeo boys, P2 and P3, Alpha Bot and Alpha Tauri. The Alpine, yes, I am wrong, the Alpine P1. It's 5 on, the DRS gets a move done on the Ferrari Mercedes, showing its will to live and get the move done as he almost rear ends 5 Zan and stays P11.
Oh, and finally Helium is able to catch him. I think it was two laps of time. Oh, that's not a great move, but that's a move done. I'm not sure really why Alpha Bot is sticking out on track and how his tires are not punctured yet. But it took 2 lap of time for Helium to get that 2.5 second delta off of him. And next is probably Banath going to overtake Alpha Bot. And Logesh, who has pit for fresh softs, is probably going for the fastest lap here. But I'm not sure why he would do that, because only the top 10 people will get the fastest lap point, so that is really not worth it. It's probably just about sending a message.
That was a very rough move from Helium. Just pushes Alpha Bot way off. I'm not sure what happened there. I think, and obviously Helium was carrying a lot of space. But turn 1, and we have Black Sheep turning in as if Banath did not exist in the solar system, and he gives Banath a big old damage to the front left. Probably Black Sheep has nothing, and it's a free move for the real estate.
Yeah, but it looked like Banath had really braked a little late. I think he could have given more space. I'm not sure what happened there, but Black Sheep has got 5 seconds for that. The probably reason for Helium doing that aggressive move was that he has a 3-second time penalty, and he just needs to gain that time. He has no time to lose to Alpha Bot, and looks like Ashley got rear-ended.
No, he wasn't rear-ended. Looks like he just lost traction and he just glided into the wall. Damage, but it's final lap, so I don't think there's going to be any safety car, as the final car to pass him will be Lokesh after a few seconds as we round up after Parabolica. Helium gets the race win with 2.5 seconds to spare, but then off track he gets overtaken by Alpha Bot, who gets P1. Real SD P3, so we have Alpine, Alfa Romeo and Williams rounding up the top 3. Followed by that we have Black Sheep, Banath, Akasu Novene, P4, 5 and 6, P7, in car to fill, P8, General Pepe, P7 as still in car to fill, P8, General Pepe, and P9 jumps up Simply YT, P10, 5 Zan rounds up with top 10 people who will be getting points from tonight's race. P11, the Ferrari of Normal Blue player Region, in Carterfield's teammate, finishes P12. RB Ferrello, the teammate of Normal Blue player in the other Ferrari, finishes at P13. No points for the Ferrari boys. And P14, the race to forget. in P14. We have a lot of drivers DNFing, 6 people to be precise. That's a very eventful race right there.
Yes, it really was, and I think we owe an apology to Alpha Bot for pulling out the massive strategy of not pitting, and I am not sure. I'm just curious to know what tire percentage he had, tire wear he had. He just did not want to pit for 27 laps, and that just changed everything for him. It was going a great race for the Alpine drivers. Even Asher was doing good after a bad start, but that was just unfortunate for him to die in the last lap. He'll probably get that 1 point for finishing on P15. Over to you, Nirma, as we go through the race results.
That we have already gone through the race results, but now let's look at the penalties drivers have had, because we have 3 seconds for Helium with the initial corner cutting, which I'm still not probably going to be a very huge fan of from Helium's side. Black Sheep with 5 seconds time penalty, which she probably saw in stop go. And if I can just get that blink happen again, probably not. Okay, thank you. Oh yeah, there it is. 3 seconds for in-cart fill, 3 seconds time penalty for Pepe, 5 seconds for Faizan, and we have 1 for Rijin. And I'm not sure what the other one falls. Yeah, we have a lot of time penalties. And Streeter, apparently Streeter was going into the pits, and his saying, at least his end, is Moto tied onto the inside, and he still wanted to go to the pits. So yeah, Moto's not happy, so he's just gone offline, probably cool his head off. And yeah, that's the race for tonight. As we have going to be having a podium interview now, is going to be calling the drivers, the top 3, that is Alpha Bot, Helium, and Black Sheep into the comebacks. Guys, so I think I have a few issues, but let's start with Alpha Bot. Alpha Bot, beautiful race. So, I think on our perspective, you did pit the entire time, or you did pit. So, let's have your perspective on this.
I actually did pit lap 5, and it was not a fun start to the race. I was just driving, and then lap 2, I got stuck behind. I'm not sure. I think it might have been SSG Assassin, and I think he braked too early, or I braked too late into Ascari, and I got wing damage. So I decided to just keep it out and not pit, because in Monza you really don't need your front wing as much. So I lost only maybe 2 seconds by staying out for 3 laps, and then when the safety car came, I just pit, and I knew I had the pace from the starting of the race, because I practiced quite a bit, and I took advantage of the incidents around me, and I think I just kept it clean. I don't know if Helium is going to get that penalty removed or not, but yeah, solid race.
Yeah, that was really great stuff from you, Alphabot. So if you're saying fifth lap, then that means your mediums were 22 lap old probably. So what
No,
was
no.
that?
I started on the mediums. My hards were 22 lap old. I don't know. Probably the race director probably messed that up because I was on
Okay,
hards for 22 laps.
okay, that makes sense. And now, talk us to your race because you have gained about 12 positions throughout the race. So we just want to know how the first and second, the first safety car restart worked out for you.
The restart was itself pretty bad because I mean I was dead last. There were 19 racers, one DNF. I was 19th, but I think in the first turn I gained like 3 positions, and through the next lap I gained about 7 positions. So I was up in P10. Then as people kept pitting, I kept my lap times pretty constant, and I think that's how I kept it, how I got to win. And I was just in the end, I was just praying for no safety car because I knew if I had to restart, then my tires would be over, and I definitely didn't want to get caught up in any safety car incidents. So it was
Yes, definitely. You could not afford any weaving with those tire wear.
yeah.
Great stuff with that. Any questions for Alphabot, Nirma?
No, not really. Beautiful, beautiful. Actually, that was very good analysis from you, Alphabot. Beautiful race. Well done. Well
Thanks,
deserved
man.
win.
Thanks, man.
Have fun with that race win. And we move over to Helium, P2 driver of tonight's race.
Yeah,
Hi.
Helium. So tell us about the race start. What really happened there? You just started with a 3-second time penalty, and you did really well to get back after that. Throughout the race, the consistency was definitely there, which you always have. That was just really great from you. Could you just again come back to the race start?
Well, in sprint race, I did a very good fuck up. Sorry for my language. And I went straight. But I think after that, everyone behind was kept fighting. So I just kept increasing my gap, and I ended around 9 seconds ahead. I don't remember actually. In the actual race, I think it was a little bit better. I did make the corner at least, and I think SD went past me. If I'm not wrong, I don't. SD did go past me on the turn one, and I was trying not to get any warnings, but I did get 3. So that was unfortunate. After that, I feel like I don't know about Alpha, but it did seem decent because he turned into me and I got damage when going through lesson 2. But all in all, I think it was a pretty good race, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing different in strategy. Normal strategy I did.
Yeah, really great stuff from you. And again, the consistency was there to be seen. Could you just elaborate about the Alphabot incident? Was it in the second last, that is 26th lap of the race?
Yeah, so in 26th lap, I was side by side with him on Lesmo 2. But I think, I don't know if he was desync or not, but he just turned in on me. So I got damage, wing damage, and then obviously I wasn't able to pull the 3 second gap because of that. So yeah, it's fine.
Okay, yeah,
We'll
we
see
did
how the
see you
reports
lose
come
time
in.
after that incident. So yeah, hard luck on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nirma, any questions for Helium if you have?
Um, I mean, obviously, I'm going to be still asking the question about turn one. So, I
We're
mean,
not
you would.
satisfied with his answer, are we?
Yeah, I am not. I'm not going to touch the topic then. Let's. That's still a beautiful pace from his Helium. That's amazing. But I mean, there were instances here and there, but then as an overall race, that was beautiful race from you. Sad was a P2 and not a race win because you still had that pace right there. So congratulations, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
As we move on to P3 driver from the Williams, Real SD. Hello.
Hello. Hi, so
Uh,
talk us through the race. What was your strategy? We saw that both of you had a different strategy. That is, you and your teammate. It was just it looked like it really went well, but you seem to have struggled for with the hards. That is in your second stint.
Yeah, I mean, I was quite happy with the race start. P3 to P1 after turn 2 was just a dream for me.
Then yeah, everything worked out well. Yeah, B and Black Sheep decided to go on alternate strategies because I mean, to be honest with you, starting on hards and hards to medium and medium to hards are similar. There's no much difference. But he was trying to eke out a little bit more from the hard tires and just try to get to those the threshold lap for the softs. That was the plan. I mean, we and Helium did try to DRC each other, get ahead. Medium stint, I was quite glued to Helium's rear, but when the safety car came out, I was just trying to take a reactionary approach than predicting or deciding what to do. So yeah, I decided to stick to with Helium, try to not lose track of him. So I did not pit because at that time, lap 5, if I would have pitted, I would have been well into the because I was assuming that no one else would have pitted, but that was the wrong thing at the last level. In hindsight, that was the wrong thing to do. But yeah, I pitted. I should have pitted, but I did not. And yeah, that costed me, let's say, a little bit of time. But at the end of the day, if you look at it, I did not have pace in the hard stint at all. Like I was easily 4 tenths to 5 tenths a lap quicker, slower than Helium. So yeah, quite happy with where I am. P3, probably P4 with Black Ships 5 seconds getting removed, which is unfair. I mean, the penalty itself is unfair. So yeah, quite happy with the race, quite happy with the sprint race, and yeah, looking forward. I mean, I'll take a good chunk of points to the WTC.
Yeah, so during the stream, Nirma did tell us about you that you have been a great driver, but you just used to make mistakes in the race strategy or the race. So we have seen you with a lot of consistency in the last 3 races. So that's just something to look out for. I mean, look out SD for. So the great improvement from your side. We would like to know.
What happened?
And we will never know what he wants.
Yeah, we'll never know what he wanted to ask. But yeah, anything from your side, Nirma?
Yeah, sure. There he is. We now know what he wanted to know. Okay, so what do you want to know?
I'm sorry, I got this.
Okay.
We'll never know what he wants to know. All right, so I'll finish up. SD, we did notice that you and Black Sheep were really close together, and we did notice that you had opposite strats. Was it all probably pre-planned, or was it just happened?
No, the hards to soft was not planned from him. That's to what I remember discussing before. We were going to do alternate strategies, so hards to medium and medium to hards. And basically, depending on how the safety car situation would be, we will try to react to which lap the safety car comes out. So, I mean, at the end of the day, I think with the safety car, the timing that it was hards to soft was the right thing to do. But with AlphaBot, and I don't know how the hard tires survived 22 laps or 21 laps.
23.
It's just a miracle, but yeah, kudos to them for getting the strategy right, given the safety car and everything. So yeah, him and Banat, I think they should deserve the podium, both of them. Unfortunately, Banat couldn't. He lost out in the final lap, but yeah, I mean, for first win, do enjoy it. AlphaBot, it's really rare that we all get a win around here.
Yep. Yeah, thank you so much, man.
Also,
that was the race of my life.
Awesome.
Also, SD, we finally have the question from ABD, so we will know.
Yep.
He just wanted to ask you that, what's your primary target, the WTC or the WCC?
Both, but I would prefer a WCC. I really intend to, after winning it with Couple in season 1, I just want to get hold of the championship again. The WTC, I know I'm not. I mean, honestly speaking, I know I'm not the quickest driver around here. You would have seen in the previous races. But I mean, getting a WCC, I'm always a team player, so getting a WCC is the bigger goal for me this season. And of course, getting a WTC would be a plus.
Well,
awesome stuff.
That probably brings us to the end of our stream for tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in to the 7th race of our season 9 in IRC Tier-1, probably the fastest league there is in India in IRC. And thank you, AlphaBot and SD, for racing. And AlphaBot, congratulations again for your first race victory in Tier-1. Enjoy it. And SD, congratulations as well. Probably you will be dropping down to P4 after having a word with Black Sheep. Seems like you did get a 5-second penalty that will be removed. But nevertheless, beautiful points overall from you boys at Williams. Looking forward to you guys winning the Constructors' Championship. And yeah, that probably brings us to the end. And if you are not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please click that subscribe button and join our Discord channel. The link will be in the description below. And have a very good evening. It is Nirma signing off, as well as Shrok, our streamer.
Thank you, everyone.